Welcome to the really late or possibly early, depending on your time zone show, with your host, Bloomer for the win! On tonight's show, we've got special guest, Nick the Canadian. Next, please welcome to the show, PrincessNyu. Next up, we've got Jame and Bentz. And now, Bloomer for the win!
Welcome to the show, guys. We've got a great one ahead for you. We're going to be starting with news that is truly out of this world. That's right, guys. The red planet, Mars, is going to be reaching the closest it's been to Earth since 2003. At roughly 57.6 million kilometers away, this is the closest heavenly body that Harvey Weinstein hasn't attempted to stick his penis inside. Gilberto Escamilla, a man from Texas, was sentenced to 50 years for stealing more than $1.2 million worth of fajitas over the course of 9 years. He received the fajitas using county funds at a detention center. Gilberto has also been sentenced to repay the cost of the burritos with an additional fine. Sure, he may not have any more fajitas, but as he heads to prison, he does expect to be stuffed. A South African woman was found alive in a morgue after being pronounced dead. Although she was pronounced dead on the scene of a car crash, they found her breathing when they opened the morgue fridge and sent her back to the hospital for treatment. Crazy enough, this is not the first time this year that we've seen this. In January, a prisoner in northern Spain was also found snoring on the autopsy table. In related news, paramedics must now pass a comprehensive "Are they breathing?" test and are no longer allowed to print their own medical certificates. A school that launched a Bakewell pudding into the stratosphere for a science project has lost contact with the pudding. They launched it with a tracking device so they could monitor the pudding up to an expected 114,000 feet. The tracking device has since gone silent, although the best results are still expected. We still want to take this opportunity to salute the brave astronaut of the space program, the Pillsbury Doughboy. Our best wishes to him and his family while research continues. The amusement park Sesame Place has been certified as the world's first autism-friendly theme park. Located in Pennsylvania, they offer special activities, as well as training the staff members for motor skills, sensitivity training, and much, much more. The park even provides quiet rooms for the children to relax in. As we learn more about autism, the obvious next step will be to try and understand more about Twitch trolls and what went wrong in their childhood. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, fresh off of allegations of groping a reporter back in 2000, finds himself in the news again. He's been spotted jogging shirtless in public. It's still unclear there are any more reporters running away from any unwanted advances. When asked about his healthy lifestyle, Justin commented on believing in avoiding being fat, drunk, and stupid. Instead, he wants to be fit, stoned. Well, nobody's perfect. A little-known dispute over which country owns a small island and the water surrounding it has led to the United States boarding at least 10 Canadian fishing boats in the past 2 weeks. This may not seem like much, but the 10 fishing boats, it's actually over 50% of the Royal Canadian Navy. As an alternative solution, the Grand Main Fishermen's Association has proposed that the U.S. builds a wall in the disputed gray zone while making the lobsters pay for it. The Trump administration is currently considering the proposition. Hamilton police are forced to remind the public that 911 is meant for emergencies and not for cold food, after a resident of the township called to report they received a cold hamburger and fries. After ordering from McDonald's through the Uber Eats service, they called 911 to report the wrongdoing. Yes, this is a real story. Although this has been dismissed by police as not something they need to be involved with, they do continue to look into the Hamburglar's most recent crime, the Great Condiment Heist of 2017. They also issued the man a warning for wearing a fedora in public. Police in Quebec found themselves trapped in their own car when a bear climbed onto the cruiser, preventing them from leaving the vehicle. To find the video, you'll have to subscribe to this month's copy of Barely Legal. Shark Week is currently celebrating its 30th anniversary this summer. The once informative week about an amazing underwater predator is now continuing their newest tradition to deliver the latest factual shark news for nearly an hour before delving into various The Hunt for Megalodon fan-made content and rounding off the week with a Sharknado marathon, playing all 6 movies back-to-back for 3 days. Guys, we've got a great show ahead for you. Starting off, we've got Nick the Canadian. Next up, after that, we've got PrincessNyu. Wrapping things up after Princess, we've got musical sensation Jame and Bentz. Stick around, guys. We'll be right back. Did you know that if you take your Amazon Prime and link it to your Twitch account, you can sub to your favorite streamer every 30 days free of charge? Now you do. The more you know. Welcome back to the show, guys. Our first guest, he's a fellow Canadian.
I do not have. You should do a Kamehameha too. Okay, I can do an epic Kamehameha. How's that? Wow. Is that good? Is that good? Did that have the energy?
Shit.
Guys, please give it up for Nick, the Canadian.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going very well. How you doing today, Nick?
Very good, very good.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being on the show. I really appreciate that.
Well, I really appreciate the invite. So
absolutely.
Couldn't turn it down.
So let's start with the very basics because, again, some people here will already know you. Some people may not. Who are you? What do you stream?
I am Nick the Canadian. I am a variety streamer, streaming a little bit of everything. Currently streaming a lot of Star Citizen. It's new alpha testing.
Very cool.
Version.
Now, I don't know much about Star Citizen. What's that game about?
Star Citizen is a very expensive first-person universe space simulator.
Oh, neat.
Easy way to sum it up.
Yeah, an easy way to sum up a very complex game, I imagine.
Yeah, it's a very complex game that's very physical and very expensive with a lot of detail and a lot to it, where there's also a lot missing from it to make it a complete game at the moment.
Okay.
But every time they bring out something new to the alpha builds, it's just like, I just want to test it, see where it's going to go. And it's exciting to see where it's going and where it's been and where it continues to grow to.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, how long have you been playing in the alpha build?
The alpha build I've had since 2015. It's
wow, okay.
a very long development, but the time they're taking to make the game is time well spent.
Okay.
Maybe not all the time, but because it's very open development, so you can see what they're doing all the time. So
absolutely.
I'm very just always watching the news and see where it's going, just to see. It's like, this is the future of gaming, I see. So
yeah,
so I'm really into it.
Now, is it like an open world, or what's kind of the way that game is at the moment anyways, shaking out?
It is a very open world. It's you can just spawn into a space station and you're free to do whatever you want at that point. You just
and then it's YOLO at that point. It's just go out and be
YOLO
crazy.
At that point. You can go steal people's spaceships, go board them, shoot them up in the spaceships, and then steal the spaceship, and then go fly to a moon. Actually, go fly down to the moon and land on it.
That's awesome. That's super cool. Very fun. So that's neat. So is that kind of your main game, we'd call it right now, or is there another game that you're kind of maining at the moment?
Currently, that is definitely my main game.
Okay.
I think it's going to continue to be my main game, especially when they add more and more
absolutely
features to that game.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense, especially if they are in active development. So like you said, you've been playing it for a while now. You get to see as it goes. And I imagine, I mean, touch wood and all that, but I imagine they're probably getting into the real good stuff now what they're adding. Things are like big chunks at a time, which are pretty exciting.
Yeah, big chunks at a time. And they do quarterly releases now. So you know something's coming on those dates. Whether it gets pushed back or not it's another story, but something's coming on those dates now. So
Amazing. Now, going back to your stream as far as not the actual video game part, but like, let's talk. What got you streaming in the first place? How much do you love it? Let's go into the nitty gritty.
Oh, what got me streaming in the first place? I've had my Twitch account for a very long time, since it was even like Justin TV. So
Oh wow.
I was playing off and on with streaming games even back then, but it wasn't until the past year and a half where I've actually sat down and was like, I actually want to do this. I want to just stream games. I want to entertain people, and I want to grow a community. And I just been at it a lot harder in the past year and a half, but I've been on Twitch for a very long time, just not as dedicated.
Well, you know what? It's funny. So many people go through their phases of when they are and when they aren't. But I think as long as once you decide, like, yeah, I do want to do this, and I think it's important that people do understand that before, like, I mean, you can turn on your program and start streaming right away, but it's more important that you really actually are enjoying the actual streaming aspect before you commit to something full tilt. And I think now that you're at that stage, as long as you keep committed, hey, you're just going to keep growing and keep moving forward, right?
Persistence, it's key.
Isn't that the truth? I think every single person that's shown up on this program so far is able to just mirror exactly what you're saying. It's all about being persistent and keeping yourself as consistent as possible as well.
Yep,
very cool.
I definitely agree.
Very cool. Now, I do want to talk, we're going to take things a little serious here for a moment, and that's that with your stream, you actually have a lot of talk and a lot of focus on mental health. So let's talk about where that came from and what pushed you into that route, I guess, on your stream.
Well, I kind of just pushed myself into that route just because mental health is something I fight with on a daily personal thing. Okay. People watching right now could probably see I'm actually pretty anxious right now just by my body language. And
well, don't be anxious, because again, right now, I mean, I know there's thousands of people watching right now, but like ignoring them for a moment, just you and me talking.
Yeah, ignoring all those thousands of people I don't know, but but I want to know, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's something. It's just been something I've struggled with ever since I was a teenager. But it wasn't until working in the game industry myself as a game developer at a studio that wasn't really fit for me. It wasn't until then where it really strained my mental health, and it was something where just like I struggled with it, and I was streaming just to get away from it, and it gets to a point where you can't run away from it anymore, and you have to get help. So I keep streaming after I've already gotten help, after I have tools and resources. It's still something I struggle with. It's something a lot of people struggle with even after they have help. So I just wanted people to know that, like, my stream, like, even though I may not be talking about mental health at that moment, I'm still open to have anyone come in and discuss mental health and their struggles and their problems if they ever want to get that off their chest. And just know that my stream is a safe place for people with mental health.
Wow, and that's awesome. And I think that's it's really cool that, because a lot of people, I think, often, even though we hear about it sometimes now, a lot more than we used to at the very least, I think a lot of people still forget that it's not just you or the person that I'm talking to right now, like you, going through this right now. There's so many people that are struggling, and the internal monologue is very, very difficult some days. So I think someone like yourself saying, you know what, hey, I'm going to address this. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to be open and honest with you guys. That's it's an amazing experience, truthfully, because it does give, I mean, never mind I'll say one person, but realistically, an infinite amount of people, that opportunity to come in and say, wow, this is someone who gets it. This is somebody who has an idea where I'm coming from. And it's going to make them a lot more comfortable. And you're probably giving someone a lot of help, which is an amazing thing, really and truthfully. So good for you. Good for you, man.
Well, thank you.
Now, I'd like to talk about as well, because you and I, now a lot of people may not know this. You and I we've met. We've talked in person a couple of times now.
Yeah, we've met a couple of times at Twitch Toronto Community Meetup.
Exactly, 100%. Now, how'd you get involved with that? And I guess how much do you find the experience beneficial for you?
Well, I'll start off with how I got involved with it. I got involved with it because I was currently seeking help with my own social anxiety. And my therapist at the time actually says, like, you need to start looking for things to, like, get you out of your comfort zone. Like, think of something that can, like, just, put you in a place. Say you could just go have a drink there, and then if just make that your plan. And if nothing else happens, then at least go home saying that you at least went somewhere, got a drink, went home, and like that's good. So I actually eventually ended up making the plan that the Twitch Toronto Community Meetup was going to be that place for me, because it was video gaming, I was Twitch streaming, and I was like, you know what, I need to get out of my comfort zone. So I went to Twitch Toronto Community Meetup and ended up having like such an amazing night. And I thought I was going to like just go there, have a drink, and leave.
Yeah. No, I know, and I can speak from my own experiences too. And they're so much fun. These meetups are amazing, aren't they? And you and I, for example, I don't know if it was the first one you went to or a third or seventh. I mean, I really don't know. But you and I got a chance to, the first time we talked, I don't know if you even remember this or not.
That was the first time I was actually there. So that was the very first one.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, man, let me tell you, that time, like, you were plenty comfortable, and we had a good, I'm going to say like a good 15, 20-minute conversation.
We were sitting at the table talking for quite a while. It was a good conversation.
It was, absolutely. It was good for me too, man. It was like we really talked a lot about different, because we had different perspectives at that point, because you were fairly kind of new to getting like the full tilt running on stream.
I was definitely new to that. I feel like I didn't fully dive into streaming until I went to the Twitch community meetup and really like, whoa, there's a lot of people who also do this, and they do it a lot harder than me, and they've gone a lot further than me. And I was like,
and one more benefit again of having gone to these sort of things. I always tell people, I'm going to tell everybody at home here this exact thing. If you have the opportunity to go to these, oh my gosh, it's so worth it. If there's any sort of Twitch meetup in your general area, even if it's like an hour or two drive, like do it.
It's worth it. The insight you get just from the small, brief conversations you have with so many people, it's worth every single tidbit of information you can get.
Well, like the Toronto one, it's a good 5.5 hour drive for me, and I still make it because it is, like you said, it's unbelievable. Never mind how much fun it is, but the knowledge that you get is just, it's out of this world. So really a cool experience to go. Now, and have you found that for you going to them, first off, I mean, because we've talked a little bit about social anxiety and stuff, has that been beneficial for you? Has it been helping out?
Oh, greatly. It has been greatly been helping out. Like it led to me joining the Achievement Seekers, which is an all-Canadian stream team. And they're all friends to me now. And like, they're all people that actually go out and hang out with now. And cool. It's just changed so many things.
Yeah, wow, that's an amazing experience. A very, very cool story. I genuinely, I love hearing that. Genuinely, it's incredible. Now, because you have been hitting it pretty hard now, the streaming side of things, do you have a stream goal? Do you have anything in mind where you'd like to see your stream go over the next month or two, over the next year? My main goal at the moment is to just keep streaming as hard as I can until I'm eventually able to just commit to being a full-time streamer. I feel like that's my biggest challenge right now, is needing the time to grow, but not having the time to do it, just because I also work full-time. So it's a part-time commitment, but I'm still just as committed as anyone else would be. So. Absolutely. And of course, there's the goal right there, is to get to the point where you are able to be full-time and streaming, 30, 40 plus hours a week.
Yeah, I want to put the time in. It's just a matter of when. So
I can personally relate to that a lot, actually. So I totally hear you. Now, last thing we're going to go over, and something I love to ask a lot of the guests on the show. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here, so I hope that's all right. But
yeah,
I know, big moment here. But okay, now you've been gaming for a while. Like, gaming is not something new to your world. So if I had to put you on the spot and ask you for a favorite game, a game that just, like, when you think back, it's like the memory. It's the one that you go, that is the game that made me a gamer, that I truly love this game. What game would that be?
That would definitely be Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Wow,
nice. That's
like that. That's not even a question.
Just like that. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. That's the game where I was playing in Super Nintendo at the time, and then like Legend of Zelda, my friend had an N64 when was playing it, and I just seen it. I'm like, I just fell in love with like the 3D graphics, because I was so used to playing the Super Nintendo. I didn't know the N64 existed because I was such a young kid.
Okay.
And I just seen it. I'm like, I love it. I honestly haven't played any game more when I was a kid than that game.
No, I think
I cried when I actually beat it, because for the longest time as a kid, I'd always play it but never beat it. So then when I actually find, like, I'm gonna beat it, and then I beat it, and I'm just like, I'm crying now. Why is this?
You didn't even realize how emotional that game was for you until that moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, oh, okay, that hit me in the feels.
Yeah. You know, that was a fantastic game. I would say I played a lot of that one. I ran through that game, I'm gonna say like 7-8 times easily. But for me, something similar but with the N64 was Super Mario 64. Oh my god.
I played that one religiously, but
yeah, it to me, because I already loved Mario. I have always been a big Mario fan. I had the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and I remember seeing that, and it blew my mind at that stage in my life that like this was what video game technology could now do. It absolutely blew my mind. I played that. I would have full starred that game. I don't even know, easily in the double digits, easily. But
yeah.
So I know where you're coming from, and it's nice to talk to someone who has had some N64 love.
The N64 was the best console in that day.
Yeah,
no loading screens.
I know, unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Chat, Nick the Canadian. You can find him on twitch.tv/NickTheCanadian. You can also find him on twitter.com, and that's just Nick Canadian. Nick, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been wonderful.
I appreciate it. Guys, stick around. We got plenty more show coming back with Princess Nyu. Be right back. Have you ever wanted to advertise your stream and or product on the world's okayest talk show? Well, now's your chance. To put an ad on the show, send an email with your 15 to 30 second ad to bloomerforthewin@gmail.com with your Twitch username and what you do. Hey you guys, welcome back. Our next guest, guys, she streams 3 times a week over on twitch.tv/PrincessNyu.
I'm not sure, like, will this explode? It exploded! Oh my god! In my face! And on my wall! Alright guys, I guess we can say Pinterest hack won't work.
Guys, give it up for Princess Nyu.
Clap louder, I can't hear you.
I love it. Princess, how you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing today?
I'm also doing fantastic. First things first, we got to talk about that clip that we all just got a chance to see. One of the most hilarious things that probably has ever happened on Twitch.
And I'm pretty sure it's gonna stick to me till the end of my life.
Probably. It currently has a little over 300 views, actually. So a few people have seen that now. But that's a good thing, because that means that more and more people are getting to see the amazing Princess Nyu.
That's right, and it's a very good display of what's actually happening on my stream as well.
Exactly. So let's talk for those. Most people I hope are going to already know who you are, but if they don't, let's take a moment and let's talk about who you are and what do you stream.
Yeah, gladly.
So go for
or
it.
Am I supposed to?
Yeah, you go with this part. I won't talk about it. You talk about it.
I was like, where are the questions? Okay. Yeah, I don't actually know what to say to that because I'm a variety streamer, so I do stream a variety of things.
Awesome.
Everything reaching from little games like Stardew Valley over to survival and zombies, 7 Days to Die, Left 4 Dead, Monster Hunter, creative.
Fantastic.
That's about it. Like sums it up. But...
And see, you said you didn't know how to answer that, and there you go, perfect answer right there. Now, do you have a favorite game amongst those currently that you're really enjoying playing, or is it just, hey, today I feel this, today I feel another game? Where?
Yeah, I guess it's really about what I feel playing and what my co-player feel playing as well. Today, for example, we started playing A Way Out, a complete new game to me, so I have no impression as of right now. I stream a lot of Monster Hunter, and my favorite game ever is probably Stardew Valley.
There you go. I love Stardew as well. Now, are you on the multiplayer bandwagon, or are you still playing by yourself?
I do want to play on the multiplayer, but the friend that I used to play with, or that I wanted to play with, it didn't really work out in a timely manner for both of us. So
I gotcha. I actually
still waiting for my perfect Stardew Valley match.
I'm actually in a similar boat to you. I've tried multiple times now to get a Stardew Valley multiplayer farm going, and all the people that I think are like regulars that may want to play again in the future, it's never worked out. I've still yet to play Stardew Valley multiplayer, and it's a fun game, so I'm a little upset about that. But that's all right. Maybe you and I will figure out a time and we can make that happen or something.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
Yes. I'm in,
As
guys.
as long as you're not worse than Sebastian in game, because he's the worst.
Oh, he is the worst. Am I right? Holy smokes, Sebastian. What's that all about?
I know, right?
I kind of went a little Canadian there without fully committing to the Canadian. Did you hear that? Like, what was that? A boo-yoot? I tried, guys. I tried. Now, another thing I've seen you stream, and you mentioned it kind of briefly, is with creative, and that's cosplay. You've been doing some cosplay stuff, which is pretty exciting.
That's right. I'm not really good at it, but you know, we all start somewhere.
Absolutely. So is this your first attempt at doing a cosplay?
Pretty much. I winged my first ever cosplay last year for PAX West.
Okay.
And I wasn't sure that I could get the time off last year, so I didn't prepare a cosplay. And then I did get the time off, and I had about 2 weeks to prepare something. So I kind of winged it, but this time I left myself 3 months to prepare. And
Awesome.
not to spoiler, but it's going to be a cosplay for Monster Hunter. So stay tuned for that.
I love it. I'm very excited. Now, are you going to show it off on stream first, or is it going to be revealed on location?
Well, I can give you a sneak peek if you like.
Oh, PogChamp. Chat, I think we'd love to see a sneak peek, right? Like, that's absolutely. Princess, we'd love to see it.
Okay, don't judge me. It's not done yet.
Okay.
Maybe you can guess what it is.
Oh, gosh. I'll be honest. I don't know
if
the game Monster Hunter, so I personally am probably not going to know.
If any of you do, I'll give you a hint. It's an armor. And if any of you play Monster Hunter, you might know what it is. I don't think you can see it quite yet. It has 2 parts.
Okay. Very
It's red
good.
and
Chat,
gold.
you guys, like, spam it in chat if you know it right now. This is your opportunity to show before the name got revealed. Like, you can say, I knew.
That is right. I thought I'll make a lasting impression here, so I'll kept a little joker up my sleeve.
Okay, perfect. Sounds good to me. This is something now that people are going to have to go to your channel and to harass you and say, hey, I want to see the rest. Like, are you doing, is today a cosplay day? We need to see more of the cosplay. And the next thing you know, you're going to be like
That's
making
right. You'll
32
never know.
different outfits.
It's like a Christmas. It's like a Christmas gift every single stream. You never know what's gonna happen.
Very, very true. Very true. Now, going to the stream for a moment, do you have? Because I've talked to a lot of different streamers now, and a lot of people have had different experiences, different moments. I think that's one of the things so many of us love about Twitch and about streaming. Do you have any moments that kind of stand out in your mind as just epic moments, great moments that have happened on your stream?
That's a very good question. And I'm pretty sure there are some. I could say something like the first time I got a really big host, because
Yeah.
I guess you all know him, Wow Hots. The first time he hosted me, I almost peed my pants. I was so nervous. So I guess that's probably one of the moments. And then there are tiny moments that are really important too. So for example, I can say, remember the day when one of my moderators stopped by my stream for the first time, and it really clicked with us. And I'm really glad I've met him through that. So even though that's probably for the rest of my stream a really tiny moment, it's a really important moment for me.
100%. No, absolutely. Again, a lot of people maybe don't realize how much with Twitch streamers, when you get to know your community members, they really do become close friends. And those moments where you meet them, that's a big moment for not just your stream, but for you as a person as well. So I can absolutely see that being a big moment.
For sure.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, I do have to ask, so you're from Germany originally, but you're now living in Canada.
That's right. Germanadian, eh?
I love it. So I got to ask, what's the similarities? What are the differences between Germany versus Canada? Was it a bit of a culture shock for you when you moved here, or how did that go?
Actually, it was a culture shock. Very much so. Everyone here is so nice. Guys, it's not a stereotype. Everyone here is so nice.
I would say like a lot of Canadians are nice. We have a couple of Canadians that are questionably not as nice.
You guys have the nicest bus drivers. We don't have nice bus drivers in Germany.
So the bus drivers in Germany are typically, we'll say, again, the less than nice side of things?
always stressed, always behind schedule, and very displeased if they have to pick you up at the bus stop.
Yeah, I hate when I have to do my job too. That's the worst. Oh man, it's so
God
inconvenient.
damn it. Another kid that wants to go to school. How dare they?
So, so other than the bus drivers, is there any other big differences that you noticed, or has it really been more or less just life as life is?
Well, I try to embrace all the sites that I get to see about Canada here. Unfortunately, I haven't traveled as much. I would love to travel Canada more, way more. I've only seen BC, and
Okay.
also that only very little. I'm in Vancouver, and I kind of stayed local here.
Okay.
I haven't traveled much further than a couple hours out. But however, we do have the mountains here, we have the lakes, we have the ocean. So I've seen plenty of different sides of Vancouver so far.
Out west is a very, very beautiful area of Canada. So if I was going to say if you had to choose one area to go and visit, you probably maybe made the right choice. So
I do think so.
yeah, and I'm saying this as someone out on the east end too. I'm in Ontario, and yeah, no, it's not very exciting here. So I think you made the right choice.
Well, I don't know. I think there are exciting sites everywhere.
Well, that is true. That is true. We do have Niagara Falls. That's like our one attraction that we can see out here.
There you go.
Now, speaking of you being in Vancouver, you've done a lot of IRL streams and things like that. Matter of fact, we've got a couple of opportunities to meet your dog that way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The baby Coda.
Yeah, baby Coda. Now, let's talk about Coda for a moment.
Sure.
How long have you had Coda? Where'd the name come from? What's the breed? Give us all the fun details about your dog.
So funny enough, there's no other topic that I talk more about than her. Like she's my favorite.
I know
to
those
talk
feelings. That's me and Coco. Totally 100%.
So yeah, baby Coda is 1 year old now. I have her for 6 months. She's actually not just my dog. She's my housemate's dog. So we adopted her together. She has been 6 months, 5 to 6 months old when we adopted her. So she already had her name Coda. I wanted to name her Zelda, but
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie, that's right. So we stuck with Coda. And yeah, we went from there. She's quite a teenager lately, 1 year old. You know how it is.
I do. It's so funny because I don't have kids, as Chad and well now you would know as well. But my dog is my kid, and it's unbelievable. You can see the stages, and you really get to see their personality develop a lot, like what you're talking about, like the teenage. They go through their adolescence, their teenage years. Like mine, she's left her 20s kind of now. She's kind of at that like late 20s, early 30s stage. So she's pretty cool now. She's pretty chill.
Absolutely. Well, mine is at the age where she thinks twice about if she knows that command or if she might not know it today.
Oh yeah. Well,
do you want to see a picture?
I'm pretty sure I know, but let me just see what you got for me before I show you if I know. We can see a picture?
Yes.
All right. Here we go, guys.
Oh, baby
Aw.
Coda.
Absolutely adorable.
So whoever's here from my channel knows her because she's my sub emote. Of course.
Well, there you
I
go.
mean, that gives away how much she means to me.
Absolutely. If only there was a free way to sub. For example, taking your Amazon Prime, connecting it to your Twitch account, and then subbing to your favorite streamer every 30 days, free of charge. Ding.
Wow, free of charge?
What a deal, right?
That's right.
So I just want to go a little more deep with the IRL streams. So your IRL streams are actually they're very real. They're very you. You don't censor yourself at all. Like it's you. We get to know PrincessNyu as a person. Do you ever have a difficult time with that as far as like putting yourself out there almost very like vulnerably to the internet, or has the response overall been really positive?
That is right. However, I do think that for me personally, it doesn't make a big difference whether I stream IRL or whether I stream a game. And you probably know as well, you're out there, you're a content creator. If people want to come and judge you and say mean things to you, they'll do it anyway. It doesn't matter what you stream.
Yeah.
So yes, I know I put myself out there, and I sometimes think twice about it, especially if you go places you maybe don't want to get your address out there, if you know what I mean.
100%.
So you have to kind of look around what you're doing when you're doing it, but I do enjoy it. And I personally think it's an easier thing to do for me to just go out there, be myself, and hang out with a couple of friends online than to play a role and, I don't know, watch every word I say or something like that.
That makes a lot of sense. And you know what? That's probably why your stream is so good and so enjoyable, is because it is so genuine. So,
I'm glad you see it that way.
Absolutely. Guys, we're going to be right back with PrincessNyu. Nyu, you've got some time to stick around and play a game with us today?
Yay! Absolutely!
I love it. Chat, stick around. Plenty of show to go. We'll be right back.
Oh, I didn't see that. Serenia TV coming at you guys. You know, a lot of people ask me, hey, Serenia, do you like Monster? Are you sponsored by Monster? And I say, I don't know, you know? Yeah, but I should be.
Welcome back to the show, guys. We are joined by PrincessNyu, and we are getting ready for the first ever lip sync battle.
That's right, Bloomer.
Princess, are you ready for this? Guys, the rules are as follows. Very simple, very easy. PrincessNyu is going to start it off for us, giving a incredible lip sync. I'm going to follow back and forth. We're going to see who wins this. Guys, are you ready for this? Princess, are you ready?
I'm ready to take you on any day.
Wow. Okay, here we go. Guys, up first, Princess. Boom.
You're so fine, and you're mine. Make me strong. Yeah, you make me fall. You love not out. Yeah, you love not out. Walk the scared and cold. Like a virgin. Hey, touch for the very first time. Like a virgin, with your heartbeat next to mine.
Fantastic.
How did you feel about that, huh?
Whoa, okay, coming at me from the left. All right, it was all right, whatever. It was good. But you know what? You thought that was pretty good? Check this out. Check this out, guys.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go.
That's how it's done. That's how it's done, Princess.
Spare me your little girl stuff.
Wow.
Take this one, Bloomer.
Okay, here we
What you do, the things you do, you keep on acting like a fool. You need to know it's me, not you. And if you didn't know it, girl, it's true. The thing that you should realize, try to understand why he is a part of my life. I know it's killing you inside. You can say what you wanna say, what we have you can't say. From the truth you can't escape. I can tell the real from the fake. When will you
All right. I love it, but I think I've got a winner here. I think I got a winner, chat, guys. Watch it.
And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis. You know it's kinda hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he fakes it anyway. He may not have a clue and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't debate, play it straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gotta fight out feel and keep it real. For you know way, for you know way. So if you don't break, just overcompensate. At least you know you can always go a bit delay. The world needs one of these on. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
And all the girlies say I'm pretty fly.
Wow. I'm not sure if I can handle that much of you.
that was a lot. That was a lot. All right, guys, we're going to throw it to you, chat. We're going to throw it to you, chat. What do you think? Give a 1 in chat if you think Princess won. Give a 2 in chat if you think yours truly, the host of the show, the person you came to see, Bloomer for the win.
Make the right choice, guys.
Let's be honest, Princess, we all know right now chat is spamming in ones. Guys, give it up for Princess Nyu, the first ever lip sync winner. The first ever.
Nope, don't stop yet. Keep it coming. Yeah, that's
There we go. All right, Princess, maybe we can play each other out. We can make this a reality, you and me. What do you think? Are you ready to do this?
So, not prepared, but yet ready.
Not prepared, ready? I'm not prepared yet, ready either. I'm just gonna get myself prepared right this moment.
All right.
Hold on, I gotta warm up the tonsils. Here we go. The big moment. Can we do it? Can we do it? Princess.
I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with
Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
100
Chat.
Hold your breath.
Princess Nyu. You can find her on Twitter. Princess_Nyu. As well as, of course, on twitch.tv/Princess Nyu. Guys, stick around. We'll be right back with a whole bunch more show. Thanks for being here.
Bye, guys!
Have you ever wanted to be interviewed by the world's okayest streamer? Well, now's your chance. To be on the show, send an email to bloomerforthewin@gmail.com with your Twitch username and what you stream. Can't wait to have you here. Welcome back, fam. Guys, our next guest is no stranger to the show. As a matter of fact, she is a fam favorite. Please welcome Jame and Bentz.
We're going to Toronto! Hey everybody, it is Jamie Ann here. As you guys know, I am releasing my EP, After the Smoke Clears. I decided for this EP I wanted to go back to the music that I grew up on, which was a lot of soft rock, country music. Really kind of gives you a snapshot of the past couple of years of my life, and I'm super excited to share this story. We're about to get back onto the 401 to head to record with Carnegie. We're running a smidgen behind. Colin Carnegie is a wizard. He took these rough piano tracks that I recorded after a night shift, and he just made them into something absolutely magical. And I'm so excited for you guys to see his work, for you guys to see our collaboration. It's been such a pleasure going on this journey again after 4 years of kind of stepping away from music to finish off nursing school. And guys, I am so excited to share the final product with you all.
Cool. I dig.
After the smoke clears, after the smoke clears, what you never said still echoes in my mind. This is what you get when you fuel me with time. I needed you, but couldn't see through the smoke you left behind, leaving me to find that I could give you one more chance to build something out of the ashes you chose to leave behind you when you taught me how to play along with your matches.
Very cool. Give it up for Jamie Ann Bentz. Guys, you can find her on facebook.com/Jamie Ann Bentz Music, or you can buy her EP currently on iTunes, or you can also contact and get a signed copy from Jamie herself through her website, JamieAnnBentz.com. Guys, I'd like to take an opportunity to say thank you once again to all of our guests for being here on the show. It is very, very much so appreciated. And with that, guys, you have yourself a great day. Have a great evening. Keep your stick on the ice, and we will see you back here next week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.